Hey everyone, so we have recently got the National Education Policy. For long we have seen people criticizing the Indian education system because of its flaws, and for after a long time India is going to see its new education policy. But so far since its release we have two kind of reactions. There are some people who are very happy about new education policy while others who are criticizing the education policy. So in this video I have brought you all the important highlights of new education policy for you to understand that what exactly this policy is going to bring for all of us. So my name is Ashish Gupta. I am a career coach and an educator, and in this video we are going to talk about all the key highlights this education policy has. So first thing was that we are going to see the new education policy after 34 long years, which is really important, that for so long we were dependent on such a old policy, right? Nevertheless, it's always late than never. Second thing is, what is my opinion? If you see National Education Policy NEP 2020, it has probably everything world's best education systems have. So I remember for almost 7-8 years giving these sessions, education seminars, and talking about education systems. I was quoting China, I was quoting Germany, I was quoting Finland, I was quoting US education system. For the first time I am going to see that all the best systems of the world are brought into one single policy. Now here's one thing I want to tell you about is that nothing is perfect. You can't expect anything to be perfect, including this policy. There would be some flaws, but if you see, in my opinion, 90 to 95% things are almost near perfect. So let's understand what are the important things here. One is the existing structure. So as of now we were studying in the structure of 10+2 boards, whereas you have to study until 10th, then +2 is the boards exam, and then this structure is dropped. Now what is the new structure? So government has brought a new school structure which is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. That means up to 5, that is preschool, 6 to 8 is mid school, 8 to 11 is high school, and 12th onwards is graduation. So this is the new structure. Now let's understand through this that what exactly is the difference in both. So this is the existing academic structure, wherein this is divided into three parts: your elementary, middle years, and +2. So you have elementary, then 10 years of education from 6 to 16 ideally, and then 2 years 16 to 18, right? That is +2. Now this new academic structure is divided into 4 foundations, which is foundational, that is class 1 and 2, ages 6 to 8. Then you have preparatory, which is 3 years, 3 to 5, class 3rd to 5, 8 age to 11. Then middle years, which is 3 years, 6 to 8, age 11 to 14. And then for secondary is from class 9th to class 12th. And what I can say to you, this is the most important thing, and you can say I am the happiest person to see this happening. Why? Because till now you need to go up till 12th to understand, to choose your subjects. Now from 9th onwards you can choose a specialization and start working on it. And the early you work on things, the early you have chances of getting success. What I was always quoting about China, how China is developing the specialist. They develop the specialist from early years, from 6th, 7th, 8th onwards. They have the specialist skills are recognized, and then they start working on those specific skills to develop highly qualified professionals. And with this, that is what is going to happen, and that is very important here. Now let's understand what else. So next is that the degree duration. Now the degree duration is going to be 4 years. So it's no longer 3 years thing. It's going to be the 4 years education now for graduation. You also have vocational courses. Now this is again a very important thing. From 6th onwards you have vocational courses available. I have been telling this a lot of time that people who are going into engineering, lot of students who are not really eligible for that, but they are very good for vocational courses. They can learn one skill and can really excel in that particular skill, and that is what is going to happen here. We need more skills than formal education. The new word is all about skills, or you can say the multi skills, and that is what is going to happen here, which is important. Now next is the subject choice. So earlier, as I said, that the subject choice, now you have from 8th to 11th students can choose subjects. So this is not it, you have more into that. You have major and minor courses in graduation. So in graduation you can now opt for major courses and minor courses without any specification. Now one of the best example is, understand you are a science student, okay, you have physics as a major, but if you are interested in music, you can also choose music as minor. Now remember that I am a commerce student, but I am a very good player also. I can select sports as a subject, as a minor subject, along with my commerce as major, or along with my BBA as major with minor of any other subject of my choice, my interest, my passion. So this is a very important factor which is going to change education. Next is governing authority. So all higher education will be governed by one authority only. As of now, the UGC, AICTE, they all will be merged, and there will be one common authority for this. So these are very important points. Okay, now equality among institutions. So all university, government, private, open, deemed, vocational will have same grading and other rules. Now it's one common policy. Every student from anywhere in India will be studying under one common pattern. All colleges, all vocational institute, all universities will have one similar things. So now next is the teachers training. See, irrespective of what you say that, but if you go to lower 60% of education system where teachers, the professional training thing was lacking. I'm not sure how much it's going to change, but then there's one thing which is good, that there is a new teacher training board which is going to set up, and the most important job they have, or the only job they have, is training the teachers. See, what I believe is, the moment you make everything equal, everything same, it becomes very easy to adapt, because now no teacher has to go to different boards, different curriculum, and different teaching pedagogy. So when there is one thing which is common, and since we have a good medium as videos, and if this board is able to set up the video training modules, it's going to change the game for sure, and I'm sure they must be planning in that way only. Now next thing is rating and accreditations. Okay, so same level of accreditation to any college based on its rating will get autonomous rights and funds. So again, the rating structure is going to be equal, common. You have access to funds, you have access to different things based on your ratings. And if you see worldwide, the education systems are based on their ratings, and universities are recognized, funded, granted on the basis of the kind of the rating. I'm not sure how good the rating system is going to be, but if this improves from the current system, it's going to help the genuine institutions who are really working hard to change and improve the education system. Next is the homeschooling. Now this was the much needed thing. I've been saying this, that now due to technology, due to YouTube video platform, you have so much content available, right? Children who are aged 2 years are just being pushed into schools, into preschools, I must say. So now this new basic learning program will be created by government for parents to teach children up to 3 years in home, and for preschool 3 to 6. So now up to 6 years a student has option for preschooling, for homeschooling. So now till 3 years if a parent want, or for preschool from 3 to 6 years, both the options are available for homeschooling. Okay, so now this is also one of my favorite thing in this education policy, that is multiple entry and exit. Okay, there's a spelling mistake here, this is exit. So multiple entry and exit from any course for any graduation course, if student complete only 1 year, he will get a basic certificate. So you are no longer a dropout now. Even if you complete 1 year, you will get a basic certificate. If you complete 2 years, he will get a diploma certificate, and for completing the full course, you get a degree certificate. So you are no longer a dropout. Even after 1 year, if you complete your first year exam, get clear in this exam, you will get a diploma, right? So no year of student will be wasted, which is really important in between, because we see lot of students after going into college have their change in their interest, in their passion, and then they certainly drop out sometime, which is not going to happen. Next is the credit system. So credit system for graduation, for each year student will get some credits which he utilize if he takes break in course and come back again to complete course. So this a very universal system, a very clear system, and one system which everyone understands. There's no complication. This is going to be amazing. Now next is semester wise exam in schools. So now schools will also see something which is exams twice a year each semester. Okay, focus on core knowledge. The syllabus will be reduced to focus on any subject. So if you have heard my sessions earlier, I have always advocated 3 things: communication, personality, core knowledge. The foundation of success. These 3 things are the foundation of success, and this is going to happen if government really invest on personality development programs and communication programs along with core knowledge. This is going to be a game changer. Next is practical approach to education. So more focus on students' practical and application knowledge. We all have suffered this. If you have been medium kind of study, we have studied in a medium kind of school, and if you remember the physics or chemistry practicals, they were all in books. So I hope that that changes someday, and then entire focus is not on theory but on practical, on hands-on approach focus. And then common structure of all courses. So all the graduation courses feed all the university will be governed by one single authority with cap on each course. So now if you do a BBA from any university, the structure shall be same. If that happens, that was again a game changer, because when I go for a job, I am not different from the student who is from any other university. We have studied the same things. Our knowledge is more or less same. The only thing is how we present to it. But this is going to be really great. So I hope these are all the important points which were in the education system. At the end, I would say that on paper this policy is looking really great. How it comes in practical would be amazing to see, and if it comes as expected, as updated, as told, this is going to be a game changer in Indian education system. Now second, one more question you'll have is that when this is going to be implemented. So this policy is going to be implemented in the academic session 2022-2023. Thank you so much for watching this video. The only thing I can say here is that this is important. Please share it with your others also, and let them understand what exactly this new education policy is. Thank you so much for watching this video.